So talk to us a little bit about why you decided to write this book and what someone might gain from reading the book.
Well, Shannon, this book has been something I've wanted to do for honestly the past 7 years now, since I had my first relationship. I was in high school, I was a high school senior, and I fell in love for the first time. And during this process of trying to find a relationship and trying to find someone I was compatible with, I did a lot of soul searching in myself. There were a lot of challenges that came along the way of just even trying to interact with a girl. And I did a lot of writing. And once I did get my first relationship, I started writing even more about my relationship, not only with my first girlfriend, but also just some thoughts and feelings I had along the way. So I've actually kept a journal with me for the past 7 years now of all of my romantic relationships, kind of what I've learned along the way. And with this book, I wrote this book now with those notes because of one of my previous relationships and the subtitle to the one that got away. This book is not only a book that can really help individuals with autism learn about how they can go about getting into a relationship, but it can also help individuals who might have a partner on the autism spectrum and learning some things that you could expect along the way. So this book talks a lot about that, but then it also talks a lot about my own experiences with autism and love and kind of just what I've been up to the past few years and where I am today.
Well, before we get into all of that, let's tell people where they can get the book, because the book just came out. Was it yesterday?
Yes, it came out yesterday in paperback on Amazon. So if you search autism and falling in love, that will be the first thing that pops up.
And it's a beautiful cover. I got to say, I love it. Want to encourage people to get it. It's very inexpensive right now. It's $8.99 on Amazon. My goodness, what a great stocking stuffer. If you've got teens who are on the spectrum, is this appropriate for a teen?
Absolutely. It's really appropriate for teens, young adults who are really just trying to find love for the first time and be in a relationship. But it's also for the moms out there who are just with children on the spectrum who hope that one day that their kids could get into a romantic relationship.
Yeah, I want to read this because I want to set him up for success. I want to help my son to be, ready for some of the things and start to begin to understand that. But you mentioned, Kerry, that you wanted to talk a little bit about what you've been up to, because the first time we had you on the show, I think you were just finishing graduate school. And then we've had you on the show since then, but you now are working for Autism Speaks.
Yes, I've got the wonderful opportunity as soon as I got done with grad school in January of 2013 to 2 months later getting to work for Autism Speaks full-time as their social media coordinator. So I've been working with their digital media team now for 1.5 years, and honestly, it's been one of the better jobs I've ever had. It's my first full-time job out of college, and I've literally had a blast. I've always wanted to help the autism community, and doing something I went to school for and also having the opportunity to help those with autism, it's really a dream come true, and I couldn't be more happy working with this organization.
Well, I always say that you're such an inspiration to me, Kerry, because I'm sure that there are a lot of people who are watching right now along with me who are looking at you and we're not seeing autism. And that's got to be a little bit frustrating for you sometimes, because obviously, because of the title of this book, there are still some things that you must struggle with. Is it hard for you that people look at you or is it okay for you that we look at you, I don't see any autism?
It's a question that comes up all the time, especially for the past 4 years. The past 4 years, when I started grad school, I got a scholarship for grad school from the National Speakers Association to become a student member of their organization. So I went across the country giving talks about autism and also disability awareness. And I've been doing that for the past 4 years now. And it seems like every single time I give a talk, there are at least one person who comes up to me and says, "You're pulling my leg, right? You can't have autism." It's like, what signs of autism do you have? And honestly, a lot of the stuff when I was a kid was very much on the surface. I had sensory integration issues. I couldn't be touched. I couldn't go out when it was raining. There was a lot of different issues. And I also was nonverbal till I was 2.5. So speech came for me very, very slowly while growing up. And today, more of my stuff is still on the sensory side, but it's very much that a lot of people can't see. It's more behind the scenes stuff that I do every single day in my life with my family. So it's definitely been a long journey, and a lot of people have mentioned that. But I always tell people, if you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism, and we're all unique, and we all have different characteristics who make us who we are on the autism spectrum. So